Welcome everyone to The Firm. This is the Florida International Rally and Motorsports Park. This 400-acre property is a gearhead's fantasy land. It's got a 1.6-mile road course, an autocross, a skid pad, over 40 miles of stage roads, Jeep obstacles, ATVs, guns, more guns, and of course, a jump. They've invited us down here to try everything they offer at The Firm, so enjoy the videos and check out more for yourself at www.gorally.com.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to The Firm, Florida International Rally and Motorsports Park. They have a lot of cars and a lot of different areas here on which to drive them, and it is our absolute privilege to be down here literally sampling their goods. So, this is a 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo Coupe, E-Gear, it's paddle shift. It is owned by The Firm, and they allow students to use it from time to time. It's got 51,000 miles on it, and otherwise is stock. And today I'm going to use it to sample their road course. So, let's see what she do. Sport modus ein, traction control off. Here we go. 500 horsepower for these 04 cars. The 04 Gallardo is significantly different from the 05 and up Gallardo. And if you see them on eBay, they are cheaper. Listen to that though. That doesn't get old. Cheaper for a couple of reasons. One is less power. Two is they have different gearing actually. So out here at the track, we may not notice it so much because we're up at the higher gears, higher RPM, but if you were driving around in traffic, you would realize that, hey, first gear has a lot of bucking and riding of the clutch, and that's why those cars lunched clutches so badly from being in traffic. The gearing was so long that it would just ride the clutch out of first gear. Out here on the track, however, different story. The engine is really doing its job, and while we can kind of tell the gearbox is 10 years old, meaning it just shifts a little slower than we're used to today. Oh, this is good. It goes back and forth very nicely. Little bit of understeer. Get down to that apex, down a gear, and we're gone. Still learning this track a little bit. 1.6 miles. Very, very cool track. It is truly lovely to have something like this available for 2 full days. Oh, it's brilliant. Just big, constant radius turn there. I was a little early. Had to make an adjustment at the end. These 04s, I mean, with this kind of mileage, you're talking $75,000, $80,000. And man, is that a lot of car for that kind of cash. As long as you're using it for something like this. If you're using it as a road car, you will learn very, very quickly how much clutches cost. These cars also have a different sound than the later cars. They're easy to spot. They have a higher shrieking wail as opposed to the normally sound of the newer Gallardos. All-wheel drive, I can feel the power shifting around there. Yep, curb, here we go. Power on. Look at that, it's actually quite nimble. I've just gotten a low fuel light. That's a shame. I'm gonna keep going. As you can see, I don't really fit in here very well with a helmet on, although without a helmet, I'm okay. Keep it a little wider here. I keep going down too low, too early. Visually, that's a funky corner. It's tough to get right. The facilities here are just great, though. I haven't driven an 04. God, it's been a long time. It must be 7-8 years since I've driven an 04. The last time I drove one was not on a racetrack, and you know what? My mind has changed a little on the 04s. As a track car, off camber there, that's a tricky corner. As a track car, these things really aren't bad. Also, you know, if you wanted to maybe send one to Mr. Jason Hefner, go 900 horse, 1,000 horse in one of these things. Now we're talking. Got some track pads and fluid in this thing, so the brakes, which are steel, not ceramic, are holding up. But man, the gearbox is where this thing feels really dated. It's just it just doesn't shift as fast as the quicker ones. I'm sorry, as fast as the newer ones. Got some understeer coming out of that corner, but a little lift tucked it back in. Oh, this is a lot of fun. I mean, Lamborghini racetrack. What's not to like? And my impressions of this car were going to be based on previous experience with the car. It's actually quite different. Heavy in the braking zone. Corner. Probably could have gone quicker through that corner, but borrowed Lamborghini, as it were. This is probably the toughest corner on the whole course here. Off camber, over crest, tightens. Fortunately, I've got a very wide power band, so I was able to just leave it in second for most of that. Oh, brilliant. I nailed that corner. Oh, this is a great track. Good for learning, good for testing. They have so many different surfaces here. I can't wait to try all the other ones. We're sticking with tarmac for this morning, but whoa! Daddy Reiki de Lamborghini. Hard brake, down a gear, on power, transitions. Bryn is trying to get me to cross my hands for this 180-degree corner, and it seems to be working. He will be very proud that I crossed my hands there. Rally instructors have you cross your hands. Road course drivers say to never cross your hands. Two different schools of thought on the subject. Get down! And no! Hammer down. And it's a beautiful day. Load up the right front. Huck it over. Load up the left front. When the Gallardo came out, I mean, it truly changed Lamborghini's culture. It changed the kind of people who can buy Lambos. It changed what people do to them, taking them to racetracks. And it's a very easy car to drive. This is easy. I love it when my mind is changed in a positive way. That's great. I had totally written off 04 Gallardos based on my experiences of just driving them around and the way they eat clutches and the way they ride gears. But this is quick. What do you say? One more lap for good measure? I think so. One more lap before we run out of gas. What do you say, huh? Oh, this is fun, man. And this car feels like I could kick the crap out of it all day long and not really have any issues. Look at my constant steering here, making very little adjustments. That looks like a double apex, but it's actually one long corner. Oh man, this is very nice. I am really enjoying myself. Big surprise there. I'm having fun on the track in a Lamborghini. Go, go, go! And hard on the brakes, leaving it in third. Yep, off camber. Moving around a bit. Wow, this is brilliant. Yes! If you can keep this thing moving, I mean, if you're driving it on a track or a back road and not in traffic, you know, it is actually quite wonderful. In traffic, they're tough. In normal urban conditions, these 04s are tough, and that's how a lot of people drove them, and that's why for 05 and up, they changed the gearing, they changed the exhaust, they added a little bit more power. This is nice though, and I really like being at the firm. This is a lot of fun. We are going to drive a whole lot more stuff We're gonna do some loose surfaces. It's gonna be great. Stick around. See you next time.